the RPG Maker General Podcast, brought to you by some assholes, and sponsored by the Internet.
Hello everybody, welcome to the RPG Maker General Podcast, or the rpgmg, your one-stop shop for everything RPG Maker. My name's Karbonic, and a change of pace, usually Cody starts out the episode, but we're trying a few things different today. We're going to be trying out a sort of structured thing rather than the freeform thing that's been going on with the past few episodes. So, without further ado, could you guys introduce yourselves?
Sure. So this is Cody, aka Marpix. Hey, I'm still here, just letting Carb take the reins today. Obviously, you know me as the normal guy who leads the podcast, and also the head writer and voice actor of Defeat the Darkness.
Seb?
Yeah, hello. I'm Sebastian, as known as German Fag in Thread. Yeah, that's it. I have nothing to say.
Okay, and I'm Bluesky Robyn, also known as Silent Maid on the General, and I'm currently working on the rpgmg collaboration project. I am literally still working on it right now as I record, so there we go.
Okay, cool. So yeah, how have you guys been doing lately?
Been pretty good. So I got both the last podcast and episode 17 of Defeat the Darkness up this past Wednesday. Still kind of feeling that because it was a very, very long video editing session because doing random battles against random AI and trying to record it all, it gets kind of complicated because you get one take. Like, if anything goes wrong, you basically have to scrap everything and re-record the past 5 minutes.
Mm. So, how long have you been doing the Defeat the Darkness thing?
Gonna be 4 years coming up in about, I would say, June.
Huh.
Yeah, so I started working on it in June of 2012, and then we got it to a state where we could start getting voice actors in March of 2014. And then the channel's been open since June 2014, and we've just been releasing stuff ever since.
Cool. So actually, could you quickly explain what Defeat the Darkness is to anyone, because they might not have seen it?
Sure. It's a web series about caricatures of myself and my friend Adam. We get sucked into a 90s-style Japanese RPG, and the objective is to play our way out, obviously. But the thing is, my character has played the game dozens and dozens of times, so he knows everything, and he thinks it will be really easy. But some of the characters end up being cognizant, and their decisions end up affecting the course of the plot. As well as, because it's a 90s-style RPG, all you ever read was text, and you imagine the people's voices in your heads. So when we get into the game, people have stupid-ass voices, and they sound like this, and that kind of thing.
So, is it like some of the characters are like, they're able to think, but like normal NPCs are just like mindless drones or something?
That's exactly what it is. So in one of the early episodes, me and Adam are going to see the king, and we talked to one of the castle guards, and the guard says, "Welcome to Castle North." And Adam goes, "Thank you, good sir." And then the guard says again, "Welcome to Castle North." And then I just get saying like, "Hey, hot stuff, your shoes untied. Welcome to Castle North." And so then I try to pull that bullshit on the king, so we go up there, and like I'm saying the king's line as he's saying it, and he's like, "Wait, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Oh shit." Then I have to quiet down.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that. I haven't done that yet. But, anyways, I guess we can move into the news if we want to.
Shouldn't you ask our friend Robyn about the collab game?
Yeah, actually, sorry about that. So, actually, could you explain what the collab game is? Because...
All right, so the collaboration project has been a project that's been going on for, I think, 1 million years, and it was started by a guy called RPG Maker. He's the first author. He made the prologue, and what we do is we pass it to the next guy or whoever volunteers. They work on it for about 2 weeks, more or less, depending on the person, and they run it for 2 weeks, and then after the 2 weeks, they finish a chapter, they pass it on, everyone works on like at least one chapter. Some people have done more than one chapter, and some of the chapters don't really have anything coherent going on, I think. Well, like, it all makes sense when you play through it, I guess. But, yeah. I think I'm just finishing it up. Because, like, it's been going on for a long time, and some people have already said, like, oh, we can't really add too much more to this, so let's just finish it.
Yeah, that
And
goes
maybe-
right into my question, which was, is it planned to have an end, or are you guys just going to keep on going on with it?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm the one ending it already, because, like,
Oh, you're doing that right now?
well, not right now. I'm just working on a separate chapter, and then after that, I'll take a break, and so the general can like have some input on the ending or something, because it's basically our project. And so yeah, I'll just like after I'm finished with my chapter, like I'll take a week of break, and then I'll start working on it again or something. So to add the final boss chapter or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it using base RPG like materials and sources, or is it based off of custom resources?
Okay, it has a lot of a lot of the RTP stuff. All right, because if you don't like that, you're gonna get mad. But like, there's also like custom sprites. They're thrown in sprites that like fit the base assets, and some assets that don't fit at all, but they make sense when in the context of the story. They make sense.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to, once it's completely done, I'll have to play through it. I remember I downloaded it, like an older version a while back, and one of the files had like 12 hours of playtime on it for some reason. And
Oh my
I
goodness.
was just like, I'm not ready to commit this much time right now, but I'll definitely have to take a look once it's finished, done and good.
Okay.
So-
If you're worried about the hours you need, it's like in my own playthrough. I don't know. Because like I was rushing it sort of, but like I estimate that after I'm done with this, it'll be around 8 hours.
Okay, so a relatively short but well-rounded time.
Yeah.
And I don't actually get angry at things that use the base resources as long as they're not really trying to sell themselves. As long as they're not being sold for like real money.
I
We are
agree
not
with
trying
that.
to sell anything with this.
I'm fine with stuff like that because it's usually just some fan project or something like that, like a collab or something. But have you ever seen things on Steam that somehow get on there and they just they only use base resources?
No, but on Kickstarter, and that makes me so upset, so angry. That's the fucking reason I start to make my own shit. I draw everything myself. I can't even draw, but I try. Everything looks like shit, but at least I've done it myself.
Actually, that's a good point. To anyone who's like listening and thinking of using RPG Maker and they actually want to become like a serious dev or something, move away as soon as possible to custom resources. Like, even if you feel like you can't draw or anything, the more you practice, the more you'll get better. And overall, I think that's the first step to becoming a real dev with RPG.
Exactly.
Definitely agree with that. That you should take control of all of the aspects and make them unique as soon as possible. Something I wanted to bring up is with an RTP game on Steam. You know, working on this web series, I don't even have to balance combat for this damn thing, and I'm already feeling the difficulty of making a complete product, and that's been my argument in threads for over 2 years now. People will say an RTP game gets on Steam, and I'll be like, they still got their game done. You know, they put in the work and they got it released. If you're doing stock resources on Kickstarter, you didn't even complete that step. You basically bought the program, you uploaded a screenshot, and you expect to rake in thousands of dollars.
And that's especially insulting because, like, why do you need the money from Kickstarter? is the big question, because Kickstarter is meant to fund projects. It's not meant to be like, I'd also like some extra $3,000 of pocket cash to use. That would be really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I sort of have that complaint with Austin, is it Jorgensen or Jorgensen? He's the guy who created Lisa, the painful RPG, and I really, really love that game. But from what I've seen, it was made in RPG Maker VX Ace, and the music was made in the free version of Fruity Loops, and it had a Kickstarter, and it's a really good game, but I'm not really sure why it needed a Kickstarter.
If it was anything like Minecraft, probably the intention was, hey, I have a good idea here, I want to quit my job and work on it full time.
Oh, so basically, give me the money needed to just completely focus on this.
Yeah, like, I haven't played Lisa, I haven't followed the Kickstarter, but that's where my logic would take me. And if I were to do a Defeat the Darkness Kickstarter, that's exactly what it would be like, hey, cover my expenses for a year or two, and I can just put this out without having to, like, work a job and then try and work another job getting this done.
Yeah, I guess so. Especially now that I think of it, that fits with Austin, because I think his job was, he was a professional sword performer. Because that's all you find. Like, when you look him up, this dev, there's videos of him, like, doing extreme, like, flips and shit with swords. It's awesome. But I think that was his job, which he's quit now. He doesn't do that anymore because, like, apparently.
Are you sure he's not like an RPG hero himself or something?
Oh
Like...
yeah. You actually see a lot of him in the game when you play it. Not like it's not like he's self-inserting himself, but like the way that the game is sort of set up around certain parts, you can sort of tell it was made by a martial artist. Because there's a lot of ninja themes and stuff. It's a good game. I'd actually highly suggest someone play it. Although I would say maybe get it on sale because it's $9.99 usually, and for some people that's a bit too much for an RPG Maker game.
Talking economics about RPG Maker stuff's hard.
Yeah. Although I mean, I think it's a solid if you're running straight through it. It's a I'd say around 5-hour game. I have one file on it that's 11 hours of playtime, and I don't know where those 11 hours came from because my second playthrough was only like 4 hours. Here, let me pull this up.
Did you like leave the screen on or something when you went to sleep?
I don't know, maybe, but in overall playtime, I've got 31 hours on the game, so it's definitely worth it because you can do multiple playthroughs, and I actually think it might be worth the full price.
I never played Lisa, but I think I would check it out if it really is that good. I mean,
yeah, I'll send you guys a link afterwards. But do you guys have any games like that you just really like and think people should support more?
And they don't get support or something?
Yeah, I guess.
There's one
Defeat
that I
the
brought up a long time.
darkness.
Jesus Christ, this again. So I regret to inform you guys, I don't follow the modern RPG scene too much, but whenever I can, I try and shill Final Fantasy Legend 1 through 3. It's a series of Game Boy games. And it was originally called Saga in Japan. So if you played Saga Frontier, these are the prequels, basically. They promote character freedom, and I really enjoy how they give you just enough story that it moves the plot along, but the characters can be whatever you want them to be. And I already spoke about that a couple podcasts ago. I'm done.
Okay. You know it's a really underappreciated RPG game?
Which one?
It's a little very unknown game that no one really talks about, and I wish they'd talk about it. It's about your main character is this like little kid. They fall down a hole and they don't talk, and there's a whole bunch of monsters in the hole. No one talks about this game. I think it's called like a Below Story or something.
Yeah, Blunder Sale.
Yeah.
Right.
Game Story.
Oh, Undertale. That's it. Undertale.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that Undertale is a unknown wonder that no one talks about.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that game?
I talked about it last podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I must be completely honest now. I don't like it that much, but sometimes when I go to sleep, I turn on YouTube and look random videos, and out of fucking nowhere, in the middle of the night, there was an Undertale video going, and I watched it, and I was pretty confused because it was extremely emotional. Like, no, for real, I didn't cry or anything, but in Germany we say, I have piss in the eye. Like, I just teared a little bit up because it was so sad. The dialogue was so sad, and I was like, oh. But on the other hand, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And 5 seconds after that, everything fucks up, and a real weird monster appears, and everything is weird, and I was scared and confused, so I turned the video off. And
Little Seb was too scared, so he went to bed.
Actually, I was in my bed while I was watching this. Well, the next video I watched was a guy in the middle of nowhere building a hut out of mud and sticks, and that was way relaxing and better.
Well, that's a pretty big difference. But so wait, I'm interested in that saying, getting piss in your eye. Is that like when it's sort of like it's not like tears going down?
Exactly.
But
When
like
you're a little
it's
bit
welling
touched.
up in your eyes.
The game literally peed in his eye.
From the screen directly into my right eye.
But-
No, it was a little bit emotional, and I was a little bit sad and depressed at that day. So, yeah. I'm a little bit ashamed to say, but that scene in particular was a little bit sad, and I was a little bit touched by that. So, yeah, but I watched some other videos about it, and it doesn't look that promising to me, and I didn't care much. I don't care much about it, so...
I mean, I've played through it. I think it's an okay game, but I don't think it's worth the hype. There's definitely a bunch of things that went into it becoming so popular that aren't on its own merits, I'll say.
Yeah.
Because do you know the background of Toby Fox, the creator?
Okay.
Yeah, he used to be a musician.
Yeah, he was
Homestuck.
basically the lead musician on Homestuck, and he managed to get a following through that because basically he had during his original Kickstarter for Undertale in 2013, he basically had Andrew Hussey, the creator of Homestuck, shell him out to all of the fans. So that's kind of how he got all of the stuff.
Yeah. And
Okay, I must confess something.
Yes.
I have no fucking clue how Homestuck works or what it is exactly. I know it is a webcomic, and I tried to read it, but I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
That's
Yeah,
totally
I have
fine.
no idea
We
what
don't
that
have
thing
time.
is either.
This is an RPG Maker podcast. We don't have time to explain a 5,000 page Flash Bible.
It's okay. It's completely, it's completely okay.
It's not worth the read.
5,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not worth the read. I've read it all. I was really into it about 3 years ago. Wow, time flies.
Yeah.
But
all right, just real quick. I had some friends who were real into it about 3 years ago as well. I got up to the beginning of Chapter 4 when the trolls were introduced, and this is what turned me off. And I think this extends to why I didn't enjoy Undertale as much as other people, is because it would ditch its own story just to mess with you who's trying to consume it. So, like, Chapter 4, they introduced the trolls, and one of the panels is literally, okay, time to stop screwing around. And then the next 20 panels are him screwing around. It's like, okay, I'm done. F this.
yeah, basically.
If you're going to make fun of me for reading it, I'm not going to read it anymore.
I will say, one of the main complaints I and a whole bunch of other fans of, I guess, the first few chapters of it were, later on, it becomes, like, really PC, kind of out of nowhere.
Oh,
Like, which is funny because the original chapters are, I wouldn't call them like super non-PC. It's not like something you'd see on Poll, but like it definitely makes a couple like not politically correct jokes that are actually pretty funny. But at the end, it's like we have to have our gay quota, our POC quota, our basically kind of like that.
Oh man.
So it's that's what sort of makes it not worth the read, is that like at the end of it, it's not funny anymore. It's more it's concerned with I guess appeasing his main Tumblr demographic.
Well, yeah, you got to keep the fans happy, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, God, I hate these political correctness things. I mean, like, oh man, I heard this story about like there's these two girls talking, and then one of them was showing a picture of her trip to Africa, right? Like, cause she was like helping people out over there, and then the other girl is like, oh, look at all those friendly African Americans over there, and I'm like, that's not even America.
Yeah.
Those are they're not African Americans, they're just Africans.
Yeah. A lot of people will use the term African Americans to like mask the word black, but like when it doesn't even work. like someone who was born in like Guam and then moved to like Britain or something. Oh, they're an African American.
No.
But
But
if we can
you
go
know
back
what? You never
to-
know. They may be planning to immigrate, so there could be future African Americans.
really,
Yeah.
Oh man.
But the funny thing is, it's just like even people who don't have like any African heritage, but like have darker skin tones, like from like South America, like will be referred to as African Americans. And I know a couple people who get offended of that, just because it's like sort of assuming.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is when people try to be so PC that they end up offending people. It's always funny.
I know, man. It's like it's the stupidest thing.
Yeah. I agree
Anyways,
with-
Undertale.
Undertale, yes.
What I was saying was, I feel like part of the reason I don't like it, and this is completely my reasons, and it's also the reason why it's also probably, or it's a huge part of the reason why it's so popular, is that it's so easily digestible, I guess. It's so kind of straightforward, even in its time travel-y parts.
Yeah.
Like, it's very much made for a mainstream audience, and it doesn't really go into any, like, harder topics with it.
Nope.
It just is kind of there. So, I mean, I can't really judge it on that. It tries to be that, and it does it okay. But the problem is, it does things well to a certain extent, that a lot of these, quote-unquote, normies have not seen before. So basically, all of these people who haven't seen these tropes before assume that Undertale did it first, and kind
that hurts.
of shoot down other things. In fact, there was a big push to make a Studio Pixel stop the sales of the game Cave Story because it rips off Undertale. And that was,
You know what?
Oh,
That is.
that hurts.
Now that you bring that up, like, Mimigas do kind of. They look an awful lot like what Toriel and Asriel are supposed to be.
yeah, clearly they are a ripoff.
Or Asriel.
I mean, Studio Pixel went forward in time. He went forward 12 years, and he was like, this is a really good game, I'm gonna rip it off. And then he went back to 2004, and then he ripped off Undertale.
You guys ever read TV tropes? You ever see the article "Seinfeld is unfunny"?
No, I haven't.
All right.
I don't even watch Seinfeld.
Okay, well, TV Tropes has a whole article and the title is "Seinfeld is unfunny," and basically what it means is like everyone has taken what Seinfeld did, and Seinfeld was a big successful comedy in the '90s, like, everyone ripped off Seinfeld so much and improved on the formula that Seinfeld isn't funny anymore. Like, it was groundbreaking for its time, but people figured out what it did right and have brought it forward.
Yeah.
And to Thundergale's credit, it keeps getting compared to Earthbound, which came out 20 fucking years ago. So if we, and even in
Seinfeld is being compared to Earthbound.
No. I'm talking about Undertale again. Undertale is being compared to Earthbound, and to its credit, that was also a thing in RPG Maker Generals. People used to say nice Earthbound clone, and now they're saying nice Undertale copy. So if it took us 20 years to figure out how to do the formula again, I figure it was about time anyhow.
Yeah, but this is going to be the half-decade of Earthbound-like games, because those have been being made. I'm not complaining, because I like quirky RPGs, but get ready to see a couple more of those, especially due to the popularity of Undertale.
And that makes me so sad, because before I even knew Undertale, I was working on my own RPG, and I was like, yeah, I make it fully influenced by Earthbound, and I will put this in and that in, and the text box will look maybe a little bit like Earthbound. And I worked on it and scrapped it, and I don't know, 2 months later, Undertale was released.
And then Toby motherfucking Fox appears, and he just shits all over the place. He's just all like, look at me, I stole your ideas.
Exactly. That's how it was. He came here to my door and shit a big pile of shit on my lawn and pisses off again.
Yeah,
the little dog thing.
Yeah.
The little dog thing in that game is like him. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's his self-insert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's literally what Toby Fox looks like in real life. Okay,
So that dog was in fact him. But yeah, going back to what I said, like even Earthbound in a way is sort of like not a huge audience, I guess, and that's my main problem with Undertale. Is it's just so like inoffensive in every way. Like Earthbound has an ending that's like really fucked up. Like it takes an extreme twist, but like Undertale never really does that. It just kind of stays sort of cutesy even when it's trying to be disturbing.
And I see what you're talking about there, and I kind of agree. But again, like, it's playing to an audience that haven't played a whole lot of RPGs, so you can get away with that kind of thing. You can also get away with having a plot that's spelled out in tablets that you just walk up and check.
Yeah, I mean...
And I think Undertale did a great job of introducing a new audience to RPGs. I may have said this like a podcast or two ago, but we've had kind of a drought. Like, the RPGs in general have kind of stagnated, and thanks to this Toonami-like effect, we're getting a brand new audience, and we can introduce them to better ones later. It's a good gateway drug.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
until they realize that Undertale isn't made on RPG Maker.
Yeah,
but
we probably shouldn't even be talking about it all that much since it's not an RPG Maker game. But I guess it's sort of the effect of like The Lion King or Minecraft or something, which Lion King is a total ripoff of like Kimbo the White Lion, and Minecraft was actually made like 2 years after Terraria or something. But like,
wow, that guy took his sweet fucking time.
Yeah, but
oh my goodness, are you all time travelers or something? Am I a time traveler? What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, the guy who made Terraria is a time traveler. Spoiler alert. Anyways, actually, I think it's time we should rein this back and go into the news.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, just some quick rundowns of the news. I'm going to talk about Yanfly has released 2 new plugins for RPG Maker MV. They're both relatively minor plugins. It's item durability and health steal. And these are actually pretty important because health steal is really hard to make with the base RPG Maker stuff. Without.
Wait. Health steal isn't like a thing that's in the formula or something? How is this different?
No, you can't do that. You can only do HP damage to a certain target, right?
What? I could have sworn there was like, maybe it was PX Ace, but like I could have sworn there was something in MV that was already in default.
I think this is like maybe a more advanced thing where it works through a more chance thing rather than such a formulaic.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know.
Because we had lifesteal in mainstream games as far back as 1990, so I would hope to God that RPG Maker picked up on that at some point.
We've had polygons in games since the early 90s, but RPG Maker hasn't picked up on that.
Hey, check out this guy. He hasn't played any of the console RPG Makers. What a plebeian.
I have, actually. I own both of them, and they're shit.
Oh, no, see, there's where you're wrong. 2? No, sir, no. H-Tech,
Yes,
there's RPG Maker for PS1, then there's 2 and 3 for PS2. And then if you want to talk about making games, there's also Fighting Game Maker that H-Tech released for PS1 as well.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Making games on consoles is really hard.
Dude, making games on PC is very hard.
But it's near impossible on console. Like, have you ever tried to use a PS2 controller to write dialogue?
Hey, who the fuck... You haven't watched my series. You have not. Defeat the Darkness is made in the PS1 version of RPG Maker. I punched in all that dialogue with my thumbs.
Wow. Wow, man. Are you still using it?
I'm still using it.
Maybe you should say, like, oh, we're going into the future. And,
oh, no. No.
It's MV.
So, okay, real talk for a second.
Oh, no. Are you still using your thumbs, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to. And, like, when I record footage, I have to, like, play the game and say all the dialogue out loud to properly space the voice acting. But anyhow, I used the PS1 version for 2 reasons. One, because it was the first version that I got to work at, like, age 14, so I was already intimately familiar with it. The other reason is because I'm super ADD, and I know that I would go full idea guy if I had, like, VX Ace or MV. Like, I have VX Ace just sitting on a shelf. I have it, ready to go. But if I had access to all the features that it was capable of, I would never, ever have gotten my project done. Because I'd still be wondering if I should use, like, Sunset A or Sunset B in a particular scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
like... Yeah, I guess I get what you're meaning. I just really wish they would make a PC RPG Maker in the coming years that, like, makes a huge step forward from, like, SNES RPGs. Like have it be possible to still make those SNES RPGs, but also to, like, kind of work with something a bit more modern.
Yeah. The only thing I would like, you can keep the sprites in, that's fine, but I want a 3D overworld, like Sweden.
Yeah, like, or like how the Nintendo DS Pokemon games did it, because they used sprites on a 3D overworld, and it looked pretty good. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, health steal is
item durability.
Yeah, item durability is the more important one because, like, I mean, I've never really been a big fan of item durability, like item degrading, but the interesting thing about this is that it has like a bar he's added, and it basically kind of works like a Fallout game where you can purchase items to fix things and work on that. So it's pretty in depth. Yeah, do you guys like item degrading at all in games?
Since I grew up with Final Fantasy Legend 1 and 2, both of them had weapon degrading, and they both did it in a pretty interesting way. So with Final Fantasy Legend 2, you had martial arts, and the more they got used, the more powerful they became. So you have Punch, and Punch has 90 uses. But once you get down to the final 10, it's as powerful as most weapons. And then when you get to the last 5, they're super duper powerful. And then when you have one punch left, it is the punch. Like if you get punched down that much, you save it for a boss, you save it for the end of the game. And then
So you're like, you become like a little sort of one punch man.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because of how that game system worked, you could only have 8 things equipped at any time, and if you had all of your armor equipped, which would be 4 pieces, you only had 4 weapons. So if you wanted to go, like, full idiot mode, you would have, like, instead of armor, you would have all 8 of your slots have a punch with a single use, and you'd just be, like, a nuke at that point. The other thing I liked is in Final Fantasy Legend 1, there was a sword called the Glass Sword, and it was super duper powerful, but you could only use it once. Yeah, and I could see in those types of RPGs, especially with how Legend 1 was, you were in a tower, like, looking for stuff. If you found a gun, you couldn't find bullets anywhere, so you could have, like, a gun that had 6 uses, and then you had to throw it away.
I mean, yeah, I guess I've been more, like, against it due to the fact that I've had to deal with weapon degrade in, like, other games like Silent Hill, where it doesn't belong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. So be sure to check out Yanfly channel to check out these new stuff, and be sure to subscribe there so you can see the new stuff they make.
Yes, and be sure to, like, donate money to him so he can clone himself so we can have more Yanfly.
Yeah. What is Yanfly, by the way? Like, is it a boy? Is it a girl? Is it a thing? Like,
He's a Yanfly. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, stop triggering him.
wow. Yeah, I mean,
It's like war flashbacks. 90 arts there.
who's God damn it. I mean, so who's your favorite coder, by the way? Like RPG maker.
I don't know anyone else, so
Oh.
yeah.
For me, it's a Galv. He's good. You should check out his scripts too. He makes a lot of like more action-oriented battle things, like where you can do action commands and stuff during battles. It helps pick up the pace and stuff.
My favorite coder is Victor because he liked our Facebook page.
Victor can be a bit abrasive sometimes, but I like what his stuff is.
Okay.
Victor is cool.
Yeah.
Here's your shill money for here.
All right, so moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Al, I don't remember how this is pronounced. Al Oni is getting a movie. Al Oni is this horror game that was made in RPG Maker XP a while back, and it's not the prettiest looking game, but it became very popular through YouTube Let's Players. And what made it special was it had this this monster specifically that was able to follow you from room to room, which doesn't appear in a lot of RPG Maker games. And it actually kind of looks silly looking back on it when you look at the creature, but that that game's getting a movie. Have any of you guys played that game? Or not?
No.
No? Okay.
Personally, haven't played it. But since you're saying that a movie's coming out, I can go shoot myself now.
Oh. Here,
Like,
let me
I'm not a fan of, like, scary games, so yeah.
here, let me post a picture of the monster.
No, I know what the monster looks like. I just
I know, I just
Like-
still want to do it. There it
Damn
is.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's
I've seen that
it's-
before.
yeah, that's the game that's getting a thing. And it's funny to look at its sprite because it's that picture that you see there of the person, like, just kind of photoshopped onto a base RPG model thing.
It would certainly be creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's creepy like that. Imagine how creepy this is, though, if it was like an IRL version, all right? Because
yeah.
it's his head is fucking twice as big as you are. Like, fuck.
Yeah, so another thing it had was way before games like Outlast and stuff did it, you could like hide inside lockers and stuff, and it could still find you in there, and it would go into first person when you're hiding in the locker.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
So like you're just waiting, and then it just like opens the locker and it like does a jump scare.
But
Yeah.
this isn't the first time RPG Maker game getting so pumped up. When I remember right, the game Corpse Party, the first one, the original one, was made in RPG Maker 95.
Yeah. Corpse Party, doesn't that game have like 3 remakes?
I think it got made for
No,
like the
no,
PSP
no.
or the Vita. Like it got
Right.
updated for that.
Okay. There's a certain RPG Maker game that got like 2 remakes. Like, I don't remember. But moving on. This is a bit old news, but Ding-a-Ling, the guy who made Lisa, has announced his next game, Ninja Tears, to be the release date is to be announced. But he put out some concept art of the characters, and they look genuinely disturbing.
Okay.
Oh no.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, I'll send a link for that, but that's pretty cool. Be sure to check that out if you're interested in his kind of game. But how do you pronounce? Is it Danganronpa?
Yes.
Yeah. That was released for the first time on PC in the US.
Yes.
2 days
Yes,
ago.
it has.
So that's pretty big news. That's not RPG Maker news, but it's
It's
relatively just big.
RPG.
Yeah, it's RPG news.
More like visual novel, but
Yeah.
It's close enough.
Yeah, close enough. And moving on to a
Everything's close enough to RPG Maker if you think about it.
yeah, we can make all sorts of connections.
We have amazing crossover appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oranges,
okay. And
oranges.
just-
They're the color orange, and orange often appears in RPG Maker games as a color.
And wait, orange is fruit.
Oh.
Fruit
Whoa.
of the loom. Take away the of. Fruit the loom. That's
Oh,
3 letters.
shit.
Half-Life 3 confirmed, gentlemen.
Wow, that's a pretty good 2008 meme.
nice.
Okay.
And
Okay, let me just talk about. So Danganronpa, it's a good game because I played like the PSP version, like a translated version there. It's my personal recommendation. It's good if you're interested in like Phoenix Wright type games. So because it's like a murder mystery type game with a whole room like you gotta survive in this one place type scenario. Because the premise is you got your main characters, they get locked up in a school, and then there's this insane mascot thing that's trying to get you guys to kill yourselves. The premise is if you want to get out, you have to like kill someone and get away with it in like a court trial. So in the trial, you guys have to figure out who did it. If the person who gets voted as the killer gets voted out, you're out off the island. So they get executed. If they manage to trick everyone though and they vote for the wrong person, the guy who done it gets to go free and everyone else dies.
And the executions are so fucking awesome. I really love the executions.
The executions are over the top, insane, right? I mean, do not judge it for the anime that came out. The anime has no representation. Don't judge it for like what people talk about it. It's an experience. You gotta play it for yourself. But like because of its nature as like a detective type solve case thing, it's gonna be very spoiler heavy. So you don't want to look too much into that. Just go with me on good faith here. Just get the game. If you're into the murder mystery solving thing, go get the game and play it. And it's fun. All the characters are great. all except for the main character because he's an idiot. And yeah.
And how much is this release being sold for?
Let me check. Actually, well, I have only the euro prices. It's on sale right now, 20% off for 22 euros and 39 cents. So I think about $25 in the US or something.
Yeah, about that.
I'm in America. Let me check. I guarantee it's going to be $22.
It's $24.49.
Bucks. Yeah. Well.
Okay, so yeah, for about $25 or 22 euros, you can have this. Is it like an improved version?
Yeah. There's. I think it is because it was also ported to the PS Vita, and Vita means life. I mean like.
That's pretty ironic.
That was a laugh over there.
Wow. Wow.
But yeah, like it was like ported over to the Vita, and then like it got some of the upgrades and polishing that the Danganronpa 2 had. So it had some of the features of that put into the first game while it was ported over, and I would assume that's also ported over to the PC version. So I would just buy the first game anyway, just because I haven't played the second one. Because I don't want to get a Vita for that. But like, yeah, I just want to support it and get the second game on Steam. So like, yeah.
Also, who's interested in kind of that stuff? There's an extremely cute trap in this game. So if you want to fab
no, it's not a trap. If you say there's a trap,
yeah, there's a cute girl.
A cute drill is in there. So if you're into that kind of stuff, and I know some people are, go ahead, buy the game.
Like, if you're into that kind of stuff, all the main characters are like memorable in their own way. I mean, like the fat guy's pretty awesome. The guy with a goddamn hair thing.
Sakura-chan.
She's the best girl.
Best girl ever.
Best girl.
She's the cute. Did you ever see Sakura from Danganronpa?
Yeah, she's the best girl. Goddammit. most honorable.
There's a special place in hell for people like you.
Okay.
You just looked up the picture, didn't you?
I've been on 4chan long enough to see pictures. I don't have to tell you which board I saw them on, but I saw pictures.
Long enough to see pictures, not specifically of this girl, just pictures. Okay.
There's also Celestia Ludenberg, so if you like her, go get the game.
Okay. Moving on. Let's get off of this topic.
Fine.
Finally, this is just kind of gaming related, but the reboot of the Powerpuff Girls cartoon is going to be having a villain known as Gamergator. And...
Okay, now let's preface that really quick.
What?
The only reason that we know that is because there was a guy posting synopsises on which is the Comics and Cartoons board, and so far he hasn't been wrong.
Yeah, so
no
basically this guy has
yet.
been making a whole bunch of leaks, and they've been pretty much completely right every time, so why should we assume he's wrong at this point?
Yeah, there's been no official word from Cartoon Network about this yet, but the way the leaker has been, it's looking like it's going to happen. And personally, I find it hilarious.
It's going to be like...
Wait. Powerpuff Girls got a remake?
Yeah, it's getting remade for...
That's fucking news to me, man. Like, wow. Like, I haven't been watching TV in, like, forever.
Yeah. Me neither, but, like, it's just funny, because, like, you know that one episode of Law & Order SVU that they made about Gamergate? I think it's going to be funny, because it's just going to be an entire fucking show of it.
Law and Order, what? No.
Yeah, didn't you know it? There was a Law and Order episode where they where the scenario was a girl was raped at a game convention or something, and I think one of the characters even mentioned Kotaku or something.
Yeah. They it was about the evil people who were conspiring against basically what is her name? The feminist frequency for lady. Anita Sarkeesian.
Yeah.
All of the evil people going against her on the website known as Red Chanet.
Wait, Red Chanet? Like
man, that sounds like a real sinister site over there.
They made up a site that was just 4chan and Reddit put together. Red Chanet. Oh, wow.
Is it wrong that I didn't think of Reddit first? I thought of RedTube.
Yes, it is.
So after this aired, some people actually made that site, right? Because if not, it's gonna be
so.
like...
Actually, I think it exists.
I think the studio had to like buy the rights to it, so that because that's usually what happens is if you mention a website in a movie, like they buy the rights to that website and redirect it to the film.
Yeah, maybe, but like. It was really funny because they tried to make Ice-T on the show be like the tech savvy guy, but Ice-T is very clearly not like video game savvy. So there's this scene where he's walking and he's like, "Wow, that sounds better than Civ 5 with the brand new Worlds expansion pack."
Oh man.
He just delivers this line with like this flat face and just like really slowly like he's trying to remember what it was.
That's like me like trying to describe
yes,
dance.
I
and
totally know that, especially when I talk about the rpgmg collaboration project.
The footing was superb. I liked her how do you say that word?
Pirouette.
Oh, thanks.
Hero eat. But yeah, and my favorite part is it's such a fucked up thing because it like ends up being like horrible because they put in a scene where this girl is being like pretty much raped and like as they do this shitty fucking like word art appears on the screen that says level complete.
Oh Jesus. You know what they should have done? Here's what they should have fucking done. With the guy, he should have been like, never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you.
And then like a cardboard box like moves across the screen.
You're really...
And at the end they're like they've got it's the police versus the gamers on the rooftop, and they're like, "This real life isn't a game," the police guy says, and the main, like, the bad guy is like, "Actually, it is," and it goes into a first-person viewed, and he, like, and he holds up his gun, like, in a first-person thing.
Did that actually happen, or are you making this up?
No, that happens.
I might have, like, the master edit of those on my computer somewhere, but no, it did happen. It was first person, and everyone edited to be, like, Halo and Deus Ex and all these other things. It was great.
It's really bad. Like, this is a really old topic, actually, but it's still funny at this point, just because they thought that was an okay thing to put on the air.
God damn it. That reminds me of, like, there was another show, I don't know what it was, like CSI or something. Fuck, like, they were like trying to pretend like they were doing some sort of like MMO stalking type thing, and then they were investigating that. It was fucking Second Life, goddammit. And you know what the worst part is? They had a cop chase scene in Second Life.
Wait,
like the stupidest thing ever.
They had to like chase down the like perps inside the game.
Get back here, /run.
Yes.
Oh god.
Yeah.
You know
it's the stupidest thing because like it's like this guy who's like blah 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 angry thing throws a piece of junk and then starts running away and like you wait and then like the avatars start chasing each other. It's like stupidest thing, and then they got jetpack. They're flying through like the ocean and stuff, and it's like what the fuck is this.
Oh shit! Really? Okay, I actually sort of hope.
This is not a cop chase scene, and you know what the worst part is? Like the way it ended was like the cop chase scene. The way it ended was like the perp like stopped in place, and then we have questions, and then there was no response. Like, why isn't he responding? He disconnected. Like, fuck.
He just disconnects. Yeah. Oh, I hope cop shows just proceed to like get even dumber or something to the point where it's like, so these gamers did something bad. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna do a background check? And the main character looks towards the screen or looks towards them, and they're like, no. To do this, we have to go into the game, and they actually like fucking go inside the game. They go in like Scooby Doo style or something.
No, like Blue's Clues, like did they do the Blues to do into the game?
They what?
Did they do like the Blues to do for Blue's Clues?
No, man. No.
They do like a shitty thing where they just like spin inside to the screen. They just jump into the game.
Yeah.
Whoa!
No, it's just too real.
Oh man.
It's too real. I can't.
Oh wow. Anyway, so that's it. That's it for the news.
Yeah. So just real quick for all you people who want like change in the corporate mindset and more inclusion stuff, this is what you're dealing with. They're all a bunch of idiots up there. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, I always find it weird how like corporations are always like 5 years behind when it comes to pop culture things. Like they always try to like capitalize. These days, if I ever walk to a mall, I look inside like a window and there's like a troll face shirt or something. And like, it's a problem, and it's just, I wonder how they keep on doing this.
Yeah.
Even though that's like so out of the loop.
Yeah, and look at.
Well, it's like that's how the CEOs work. Because like, how long do you think it takes for like popularity to go up the corporate tower? You know,
It doesn't. Just have your fucking CEO get on to, I don't know, Tumblr or something to find.
But yeah, but look at
the CEOs. Dude, the CEOs are never the type to like actually go check those things out. They're all like business.
But get the people who have to do that. Like rather than just be like let's because what they actually do apparently is they constantly are like looking at numbers, and they look at the numbers, but then they don't actually interview people who are from these groups. They sort of talk between themselves and talk to I forget what it's called, but it's like people who have been chosen to give the details on stuff, and they're almost never right in this way.
the Illuminati, basically.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So, talking about something relatively video game related, Extra Credits, a much more popular YouTube series than this. They just did an episode about like video game movies and how those are just, now starting to become quality. Well, back when the Batman movie was really successful in '89, all the executives looked at that and went, oh, hey, yeah, we should do a comic book movie too. But instead of using what was popular at the time, they went for old classics like Dick Tracy and The Phantom, which were successful properties way back when.
The thing is, usually stuff is gonna work better if it's like older and people still remember it. Yeah. Which is the whole thing behind like that new Star Wars movie that came out, which I didn't like because it was way too much like A New Hope.
If Adam were here, he would call The Force Awakens Star Wars the Apology. Like, we know how to do this right. And I'm actually excited for Episode 8 because they mined every single morsel of nostalgia with 7 except for the important one. So with all of the nostalgia out of the way, with all of the fan base appeasing out of the way, they have a blank slate. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
so they mined out everything other than the nostalgia that is Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm ready for my Jar Jar Binks spinoff. Yeah. Or maybe for him to replace all characters in the new Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
It's the Binks show.
Yeah, real quick about movies again.
And give him it like in a Christmas special too, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Huh?
Let's reboot that shit. But another thing, like with Deadpool, okay? Executives didn't think we were ready for Deadpool. Like, even after Disney kind of opened the door for a quirky superhero movie with Guardians of the Galaxy, Fox only gave Ryan Reynolds like $53 million to make Deadpool. And he got to make it his way, rated R, really good. I enjoyed it. But why didn't we have that with Wolverine, 2, 3, 5 years ago? Because the Wolverine movies have not been good, and it's because they've been held back by executive meddling and the dogma that it had to be PG-13 to appeal to a broad base, when you should really focus on your narrow, rabid fan base that will support you no matter what.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Yeah, and of course now the Deadpool was an unprecedented success. Hey guys, new Wolverine, rated R, guaranteed. We gotcha.
Yeah. What I'm worried about, I went to see Deadpool. I thought it was okay. What I'm worried about is that they'll take it the wrong way, that like people don't want to see like new stuff, and they'll take it as people want to see specifically Deadpool over and over again.
With the executives being as they are.
That's bad.
It's very possible.
Can you just imagine that? Like, everyone's watching for Deadpool, more Deadpool.
Yeah, are you ready for Deadpool Origins, Deadpool 5, and Deadpool 0, Deadpool -1?
Oh.
I just hope they will release a new Punisher movie, a good Punisher movie, a really good Punisher movie. That's all I need from Marvel. That's...
Deadpool edition.
No, man.
Please,
Oh,
no.
here's my question. Here's the nuclear option. What if Deadpool becomes so successful that he goes beyond the X-Men movies and Disney has to pay Fox to put him in the Avengers?
Yeah.
Was he even in the Avengers? I don't remember.
All the Disney-owned heroes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Fox has control of the mutant properties, and Disney has everything else. That's why Quicksilver and that other chick were labeled as experiments and not mutants in Avengers 2. To search for more money.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, Avengers 2, I went to see that. I thought it was pretty bland, actually. I think I wouldn't consider it so bland if it wasn't like exactly the same as every other superhero movie we've seen.
Yeah.
Oh, did we lose someone?
Yep, we lost Robyn.
Huh.
So I was
Goodbye.
like, man.
Okay,
But,
well, it'll try to get him back online, and we can try to re-add him.
Yeah, but just a heads up for you today, Fearless Leader. We are at an hour right now.
Oh shit.
Would you like to split it here and then keep going? Did you want to call it a day?
Alternatively, a lot of podcasts go up to 2 hours, so we could try to do like a longer thing right now.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready for a double wide feature.
Yeah. Okay, so if you want, you can just cut out this little exchange. Okay, so now moving on. Just a little section where we talk about project progress personally for us. Have you guys made any huge leaps in your personal projects?
No.
No. Okay, starting off good.
I've only... Well, yes, because Defeat the Darkness Ep 17 came out just a couple days ago, and that took 2 months to make, and I'm really glad that I don't have a job at the moment, because if I did, that episode never would have come out. It was, again, I'm on the PS1 version. I had to code a special area to fight people to record the footage so I wouldn't have to mash through all the dialogue over and over again. I had to carefully craft the HP values and splice in footage in ways people wouldn't notice. So now with episode 18 and thereon, I'm changing the ending a bit. And I'm improving some characterization. So I have to implement a new town and write another cutscene and make sure that all gels with everything. Yeah. Yeah, because with episode 16, Amelia and I get in a huge fight because, spoiler alert, she lives in a video game and she doesn't like it. There's reasons for that. And when I broke my ankle in episode 17, that was supposed to be like... I wasn't supposed to be such a whiny bitch about it. Like, I was supposed to be in genuine pain, and then Millie would go like, "Oh, he's a human being. I should probably say something comforting to remind him that I don't totally hate his guts. I just don't like him at the moment." And I decided to ham it up for fun's sake, and then have the reconciliation between my character and Milia happen in a more thoughtful way later on. Yeah, so things happening.
Cool. Seb, are you working on anything currently?
Yeah, I'm working on my Green Knight is a game, which is basically based around Green Knight, who is a big dick, and I'm he's a total asset, and I love this character so much. So yeah, I'm almost done with the story so far, and I'm experimenting right now with different graphic styles and what's the script was called? There's a more 3D script, so you can basically make really simple, blocky 3D environments, and I experiment with that. And some people liked it, and I'm into it too, so maybe I just use this script in the future to make the stages and everything else.
Hey, your quality's going a bit down for me. Is that, Cody, are you feeling that too?
Yeah, I'm feeling it too.
Okay, so it's not on my side. How's your internet connection, Seb?
Let me check.
Oh, it's back to normal now.
No.
So what were you saying? It was just getting really bad for a second there.
Okay, should I say it again or something? Or
just start off where you were stopping.
Yeah, so basically I just experiment with some different styles of 3D scripts for RPG Maker, and that's basically it.
Okay, pretty cool. For my project, this is a pretty old news, but my project Dashboard was greenlit for Steam, so I'm pretty excited about that. Yay! Yeah, that's pretty cool. So continuing on where I said, my game was greenlit, and right now I am working on improving facial graphics and adding more effects to the maps, because the thing I believe with RPG Maker games in general is that a lot of maps won't look very good when they're not sort of covered up by something.
Yeah.
That sounds really insulting, but like I feel like in this day and age when it's kind of easier to notice when tiles are used. But yeah, so that's what I'm working on, sort of covering my ass in a way.
May I ask you what your game is called? Because I just want to look it up.
Oh, it's a Dashboard, spelled Dashbored. So yeah.
Like Dashboard.
Yeah, Dashboard, but spelled like I am bored.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm just curious.
So, Robin, we're talking about project progress.
Right, okay. Oh, okay.
So, have you made any personal progress and stuff that you're working on?
I've been mostly working on the rpgmg collaboration
Okay,
project.
so has there been any big changes in that recently?
I have mostly been working on cutscenes. Like, I really should finish this soon, but like I've just been so tired. But yeah, almost the cutscenes are like almost done. I think I'm still balancing out some items and boss skills, you know, the thing. And I kind of want to cheat a little bit and then just preset everyone's level, because like the whole organization so far has been a mess. It's hard to organize when nobody talks to anybody in the even in the dev notes, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm not actually sure what level everyone's even supposed to be right now, because like...
Oh, that's probably a hard part, actually, now that I think of it, because, like, how you have to, like, level your enemies and stuff, that would be really annoying.
Yeah. I actually posted a question about it, which we were supposed to talk about in this podcast, but we can move it to the next podcast, which will happen 7 days from now. And and like, so yeah, I have to balance it a little bit. Maybe I'll sneak in a little like making the whole level set and everything, because it's already the final chapter, right? I mean, like I don't wanna like
9999999 everything.
That's not balanced. That's just that's not
a really
balanced.
nice laugh.
That sounds a little bit like the Sky Young.
But yeah.
Oh man,
Anyways, Cody.
That's not balanced. It's just like, so yeah, I have to like balance the encounters, the bosses, but because it's like nearing the end, I just plan to make it like hard, but like, okay, I'll just make the bosses difficult, but overall it'll be easier than the previous bosses, because you know, it's the end of the game. You gotta end it strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Cody, I've got a question.
I might have an answer.
Okay, do you have any advice that you could give to our listeners out there?
Right.
Go easy on the gluten as you get older.
Okay.
Oh, did you mean making a game?
Yes.
Oh, making a game. Okay.
We planned this, Cody. If you fuck this up, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll edit out this chatter part. All right. Okay.
Okay. No, I have to do it because I'm the one recording it. So if I say 1, 2, 3, then you're all going to come through at the same time for me. All right. 1, 2, 3. Back up your crap.
Back up your crap.
Perfect. Yeah.
And it only took like 72 tries.
Yes.
I mean, I think we should leave in every single try. No, don't do that.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Yeah, but no, seriously, to everyone who's listening who might be working on any sort of project, actually, because a lot of people don't know this, even though it's sort of common sense, you need to back up your project on multiple places. I would suggest using external hard drives, as well as internal hard drives. I'd actually suggest keeping your main, like your master copy of your project on an external hard drive, because the internal hard drives are more likely to get completely fucked if something bad happens to your computer.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of find it a bit more safe to do it on external hard drives.
Yeah, you can also back your game up to the cloud. I know if you use VX Ace on Steam, you can cloud save your game.
But yeah.
Oh, look, suddenly 10 minutes have gone by and we somehow had a time skip.
Yes, man. But no editing occurred here.
Anyways, let's move on to the main subject about an hour and 20 minutes in.
Finally.
Okay, so basically, our subject for today's podcast is why RPG Maker. Basically, why you guys chose RPG Maker and how you found it. Let's actually start with how you found it. Like, what was your introduction to RPG Maker?
Whew.
All right. So I remember hearing about it. I don't remember where I heard about it, but this was way back in the Newgrounds days, like probably around 1999, 2000. So that would have been RPG Maker 2000, or maybe even 2K3, because around the time I was playing a lot of RPGs on StarCraft, you know, with the use map settings kind of thing. My favorite one at the time was Caprian Pact, but there was a ton of other ones. And I was like, oh man, I should make an RPG. And that's when I made the first Defeat the Darkness, actually, was for, it was made as a custom map in StarCraft Brood War. And so I made that, and then I made its sequel, and then I think maybe someone at that point brought up an actual RPG Maker, so I went and downloaded one, but I couldn't get it to save projects for some reason. Like, I would make a map and then save it, and I wouldn't have the map anymore. So I gave up, and then when I was in high school, like probably junior high, I found RPG Maker for PS1 at GameStop. I'm like, oh man, hey, and I can get this one to work. And so I tinkered with that for the longest time because I lived with my grandma, and this was before I had internet. So basically, I either talked with my grandma, watched TV, played outside, or made RPGs. Kind of an easy choice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I remember the way I was introduced was through RPG Maker 2 for the PS2. Because I was really into the idea of making a game and releasing it when I think I was 9 or something. But since I was 9, I was fucking dumb and didn't know how to make a game and stuff. And I didn't know how to write or anything. So there's a couple really bad RPG Maker 2 projects.
So wait a second. What grade were you in when you were 9?
I don't know.
Because how could you have gotten through the school system if you didn't know how to write?
Fuck you.
All right, moving on. So you were saying you were making stuff in RPG Maker 2.
Yeah, really bad. So after that, I heard about Game Maker. And so I started making really terrible projects on Game Maker, which you can actually find online. And play. They're really bad. And I got a message from someone in that community who was like, dude, a much easier way to do this is through RPG Maker. And I was like, I've already tried that. I didn't like it. And so basically he sent me a link to XP, and that was my first like major thing with RPG Maker.
Yeah. I think I tried XP for a bit, but I think that's also why I decided to stick with PS1, because I remember my days in XP were messing around with the experience slider and going like, this guy should level up fast to start and then not level up at all later, and I think like that kind of feature creep is what drew me back to the PS1 version.
Yeah. Now that I think of it, I own a lot of RPG Makers, like different ones.
Yeah.
What was you other guys' introduction to it?
Who should start?
Right.
Either one.
I'll do it.
Okay.
So I think it's about the same as Cody. Like, I was around the same age, and then I accidentally stumbled upon 2K3, and it just kind of like, it's just kind of like there. I just messed around with it a little bit, and then it was like on and off for a while until such time that Ace came out, like VX Ace, and most of my actual good work was like over there. And by actual good, I mean still pretty bad work. but good enough that I was able to post it on the internet and not be super embarrassed about it.
Seb?
Oh, yeah. Okay, my story is a little bit longer, but I try to keep it short.
Okay.
When I was about 13, 13.
I thought you said 30. I was like,
yeah. 13. I'm sorry, I'm just a crowd. Okay, so in Germany we got this, well, I don't know if we still got it, but we got this computer magazine called Bravo Screen Fun, and there was a demo disc on this magazine, which contains an RPG called Vampire's Dawn, made from another German guy. I think he was called Malix, and that was the fucking bomb. Everyone was talking about this fucking free Zelda-esque RPG Maker game, and I was so stoked, and I want to make my own game like that. And in this same magazine, there was an article how the RPG Maker actually works, and a download link. And so I just go to the library and download the RPG Maker 2K3, I guess, and start fucking around with that.
that's pretty cool. It'd actually be... I'd love to put one of my projects into like a little shitty demo disc in like a magazine somewhere.
No, but really, this fucking Vampire's Dawn, Vampire's Dawn is its name. It was a fucking bomb over here in Germany, and
Like it actually achieved like popularity.
Kind of. Almost everyone in my generation knew it because it was on every fucking magazine. It was on every really big gaming magazines, along with other titles. So and demos of really big games, and that was really impressive for the time. Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
it really does sound impressive. I mean, with the title like Vampire Storm, I mean, come on. Who wouldn't love that?
Vampire Storm was
Vampire
something-
Storm!
Vampires falling from the sky, just like...
No, it was really, really edgy, and it was gory, and
I wonder if
Yeah,
I can find it, actually.
yeah, just
Vampire Storm from the makers of Sharknado.
Oh, wow, I can actually see that.
Yeah.
Guys, get this. Get this. There's 8 of them.
No,
Eight
actually,
what?
there.
I would
8
hate to live in
Vampire
vampire
Storms? Are you
country.
serious?
Yes, I think there's... I think that, like, they kept on making sequels to it. It says there's 8.
I'm just on
man.
Wikipedia right now, and on Wikipedia there is only 4 titles, but there's actually a book, a novel written.
Oh,
based on-
okay. Maybe
based
I'm
on-
looking at the wrong thing. Post a link to the Wikipedia, actually.
Yeah, it's in German, sadly, and
Okay,
there is no.
I can
English
translate it.
Okay,
But-
okay. Wait a second.
Yeah, we can translate it through the power of goggles.
And
Google
this guy
goggles.
tries
Oh,
to
Vampire's
crowdfund-
Dawn. Okay.
Dawn. Fucking,
Okay, not Vampire Storm.
Oh, now the title
pronunciation
became
must be so
so
bad.
much worse.
Yeah, I know. This is what's funny.
Man, my pronunciation is so bad. I'm so fucking sorry.
Oh no,
Oh, 'cause you were
that's
playing
fine.
Vampire's
It
Dawn.
wasn't pronunciation. It was just. It wasn't
Yeah.
pronunciation. It was just the wrong word.
Yeah.
Because like,
Well-
if you're saying Vampire Storm, it's like, oh, because it could either be Dawn or Storm, and Storm sounds better.
Yeah. God, Vampire because like what Vampire Storm that title brings to mind is like just really heavy metal playing in the background while like Blood Rain is just happening like really hard and like lightning everywhere.
I'm going to add the title Vampire Storm to my manuscript. So okay.
Yeah, you might want to take that. You might
Don't put me off.
Nope, keep it.
Oh boy.
just put it on a all of your resumes. Just say I created Vampire Storm because it doesn't exist, but like you made it up. So
Yeah.
Well,
Perfect.
yeah, that's basically how I start making RPG Maker games for fun.
so
Yeah, and all you have to do is just make a trailer and put it on your YouTube channel. And if anyone asks what Vampire Storm is, oh, look at the trailer, and that's it.
yeah, make like a single map. But yeah, they're still making it sort of today. That's weird. Like from 2001 until now.
Like I said, it's really a thing. And this guy who made this
So
game,
was it like
at
actually good?
the time, it was really good. I enjoyed that game because it was new to me. Because I played JRPGs in the past, and but it was really edgy, and I was 13 years old. And when you're 13, you like edgy things like violence and gore and stuff like that. And well, with 13, you're really easy to impress.
Yeah.
So when I would play it now, yeah, I don't know if it really have the same impact as back then, but
I don't know. It's
So
always,
you're scared it didn't age well.
Yeah, it's always like sort of a magically awful experience
Yeah.
when you go back and like it turns out the game you loved actually sucked.
exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, how about why have you decided to stick with RPG Maker through these years?
Because it's easy. It's really fucking easy. I'm a really lazy person, and
Cut this out,
man.
Cody. Cut this out. Cut this out.
RPG Maker, the maker of choice for you lazy people.
No, but really,
I like to play because I'm asshole. I don't like to work. But no.
And then we
Nope.
cut to me like I play RPG Maker because I'm lazy.
no, but I'm just really not skilled enough for greater engines. In my dreams, I always want to make a game like the first Resident Evil game, but I'm technically not skilled enough to do that kind of stuff.
I appear to have landed in a world where all games are made with RPG Maker. It appears that a certain form of laziness has affected this entire planet.
We must... Captain, I believe we would be better served by flying over to planet AGDG, where the competition is fierce and they swarm like rats on everything.
We can't go there, Private. Smack! We can't deal with those festering mongrels.
They are a hive of scum and villainy.
Fantastic.
Seriously, though, fuck ADGD.
Fine then. Captain, set course for Planet Love.
I appear to have landed on a deserted planet. Deserted, that is, except for all of these space babes. Sorry, Star Control Base, I'm going to be a few months late. My, planet hopper appears to be broken or something. A repair vessel? That won't be needed.
Set phaser to stunning.
No, Captain, it's a trap.
Oh.
It's far too late, Kif.
Where?
It's far too late to leave now, baby.
We have come across planet Danganronpa. There are so many cute girls here.
Better watch out. It's a trap. I think it's a trap. Man.
What did you say your name was? Bridget?
Bridget's got a bit of a bulge.
Can,
Bridget's got a bulge. Sorry for telling you.
Ancient memes from the dawn of time.
I'm fucking done.
can we just edit the podcast so it's just us laughing for 10 minutes?
Just take out everything but the parts where we laugh.
How in the fuck did we have the Windsor cast without Windsor?
Okay, but yeah, seriously.
Oh, you know what he said, man. He lives in all of us.
Yes.
So.
Vampire Storm.
No. So Cody, why do you stick with RPG Maker?
Because I have to finish DTD, man. The other reason, and a serious reason, is that God told me not to program. Well, that wasn't completely serious, but basically, I've tried learning programming before, and the most in-depth I ever got was like a game called Robo War, which is where like you pick out some stats for a robot and you give it instructions and it follows the instructions to try and kill other robots. Like you tell what angle to aim at, if it sees something shoot, or shoot this angle to compensate for its movement, that kind of thing. And I wasn't too good at that. And then a couple years ago I decided, hey, you know what? Java has a bunch of free resources. Anyone will teach you how to learn Java. So I'm like, okay, let's pick up some Java. And so I go to the JavaScript website, and it tells you how to do the little hello world thing. You type it in Notepad, you save it as .bat or whatever. And I clicked it. After having followed the instructions perfectly, I click on my file. It says it's corrupt and it crashes. And it's the simplest, tiniest little program, and I got it to fuck up somehow. And then I found out the reason. So every time you boot up your computer, that little orange notification says that Java's ready to be updated? I probably should have done that.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, so by not updating Java, I failed. I didn't have the proper instructions for Hello World because I wasn't using the right version of Java. If I had properly updated, it would have worked, and maybe I would have gone down a different life path instead of punching things into a controller.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, I will say.
Thanks for skipping over me, man.
Fine then. Go ahead. I wasn't skipping over you.
Finish your thing.
I wasn't skipping over you. I just. No. What were you saying?
Okay, so now I was just saying, like I think I'm in the same boat. Like I took to RPG Maker because I am lazy and I do not know how to program. And it's like the weirdest thing. But I do want to make because I guess making an RPG is the closest thing I can realistically do with making stories, because at one point I wanted to write books and stuff, but who reads books anymore, right? And then
Book, what's that?
Book, what's that? We have our shining tablets over here with words on them. What's this book?
We have our penis USBs to read now.
We have our visual novels with the jiggly anime girls.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice. Time to go play every Sakura Spirit game. They've made like 3 sequels in the past like half a year.
Well, he got a lot of popularity. I wonder why.
Sort of the Five Nights at Freddy's approach.
Oh, stop. No, don't talk further, please. Don't say
Okay,
it.
yeah, but what I was gonna say earlier is that when you're already into RPG Maker, because a lot of people get into it when they're like young, but once you're already into it, before now, because with MV this is probably not going to be a problem, you had to learn to code. With it, you would have to learn Ruby, and Ruby is a very kind of arcane programming language, and it's not useful for anything other than RPG Maker, pretty much. So it's kind of like RPG Maker itself kind of keeps you from learning to program.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, even programming programs keep you from learning to program.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a stupid question thread on G a while back, and some guy was having trouble with like his college assignment or something, and the compiler by default like put a header on it or something, so you had to uncheck a box deep within like 5 menus to get rid of the default header that came up with everything. It's like, do they make it that hard on purpose? Is programming like the Dark Souls of the corporate world, where they make everything as difficult as possible?
Oh wow. What if programming, like, it actually could be made like really easily, and like you just type in English and whatever language you know and it works, but they've been specifically making it to be hard so they can be elitist.
Looks like you forgot that semicolon. You died.
When you die in the programming, you die for real. Apparently someone is working on a like actual written language programming language, but I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
It's probably not going to be in English, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
English is messed up, man. Like,
yeah, at least yeah, it is a pretty messed up language. Do you know how what's messed up about like the way the French do their numbers?
No.
No. Okay. So
Royale
basically,
with cheese.
Yeah. So basically, in French, numbers kind of have their own names as they do in most languages, up until you reach the number like 70, where it's becomes 60-10, and 80 is
what?
Yeah, 80 is I'm trying to remember how you say this. It's but basically translated, it's literally 420s is how you say 80.
Are you trying to sneak in some sort of Blaze It joke here?
No,
or something?
I'm not actually.
We're better than that, yo.
No, we haven't gotten to the best joke. The best joke being that if the French stop in the 60s, then that means that 69 is the most important number in their language.
Yeah. But no, so yeah, it's 40-20 is how, or I'm butchering that, but it's 40-20 is how they say that, and that's 420. And so they continue on from there to 90, which is 420-10, and then they add up numbers to that. So to say 99, it's 40-20. That's 99.
Why wouldn't they just go like 330s? That would be better.
Yeah, I don't know. 40-20.
Like, god damn it! It's like, can we go back to the Babylonian way of counting or something? Because like that sounds horrible.
Yeah. it's always the thing that people who in high school they take French rather than Spanish. They always regret it because, like, really, what are you gonna do with that? Go to one of the 3 countries that speak French.
The only reason you should learn French is like it's like the top reasons you should learn French is like to watch those cool French animes that they make.
Oh,
Which they still make. It's really
like
I don't know
Totally
why,
Spies.
but they somehow they haven't
No, Whack Fu,
actually.
man, Whack Fu.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. It's just Totally Spies, but it's also a French cartoon.
Oh, fucking goddamn it! Like, anyway, you either learn French for that sort of thing, or you learn it to curse real good because they have the best curses, man.
Yeah, I mean, Zoot is pretty good, and that's just kind of like shit. Or no, that's merde. Is just like shit. Zoot is just like darn in English. Darny, darn. Anyways, let's,
Merde is a good one.
yeah.
Were we getting back on track now, Captain?
Yes, we're getting set a course to question time. Unless you guys want to say something more about like why you do RPG Maker.
Because it's easy.
Okay,
There we go.
let's go on to the questions. Okay, so these are just some simple questions you can answer in like 1 or 2 sentences. Okay, what is your least favorite trope you see in RPG Maker games?
Oh man.
Oh man, I think part of the reason why we took RPG Maker is because we love those tropes.
Oh,
You know, I'm gonna have to
We
scale.
don't
like,
actually have one that we hate.
yeah, say which is your least of your favorite ones though?
Okay, I think I got it.
Okay.
Coming up with a contrived reason for the main character to leave their main village. And I say that because, like, yeah, sometimes they get destroyed, and that's annoying. But the other one is like Secret of Mana, where you're banished. You're just straight up banished. And it's the same guy the entire game saying, no, you can't come back in. And it's a way of removing the character's ability to connect with things that happened before the events of the game, like their family. So... So the starting town, like, it obviously making starting towns hard. Like in Pokemon, it's just your mom. Like, hey! And then...
Your mom is the full village. Climb inside.
basically...
What?
Wow.
Climb inside? What?
Jesus.
Do people actually say that?
No.
But, like, no, if you go to Pallet Town, okay, Pokemon Red and Blue, I'm gonna rack my brain here. I believe it is your mom... Gary's sister, the professor, and maybe like one NPC, and that's it. That's your life. You know, and I think that's better.
Also, the one fat guy who talks about technology.
Yeah, and I think that technically is better than a nice, beautiful, interesting town that gets destroyed, or you're banished from, or it gets turned into a crystal and stolen by the Dark Lord. Blah blah yada yada.
Yeah.
I see you play Dark Cloud or something.
I did actually. That wasn't what I was thinking of, but yeah, I did.
Let's see. God damn it! I'm trying to think of a trope that I really don't like, but like it's hard.
Weapon
This one
durability.
isn't one I... Huh?
I said weapon durability, but anyhow.
Yeah, this one's not one I
That's
hate.
not a trope.
This isn't one that I really hate, but it's one that like I'm tired of. It's energy crystals, and that's like the textbook thing. But like, and the reason it happens so often is that like one of the most standing out things that comes with RPG Maker is like this big pack of energy crystals, various like glowy energy crystals, and everyone uses them for stuff. And
So you're talking Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 3, number 6, number 7.
yeah, I mean, like, I'm not really blaming them. I'm just thinking that, like, almost every sort of generic game that you see on, like, coming out of RPG Maker uses energy crystals.
Well, it's in the RTP, so...
Yeah, I know. I guess, a trope I hate is the character's pet always dies, or something.
That's
you know?
a trope?
Yeah, I mean...
The only pet I can think of offhand would be Null from Lunar, and I don't remember if it dies.
Yeah, what the fuck was that thing?
It was a cat with wings.
I don't remember. I do not remember any sort of RPG that has like, oh, the hero's pet dies, and like I'm trying to think of one. It's like, no, that never happens.
Yeah, maybe it's not an RPG trope, but like a trope in other things where it's like, it's me, I'm the dog. It's me, I'm the lovable dog who shows up. I'm gonna die later. Happens in Shadow of the Colossus with the horse, but
Yeah,
I always hate
that.
I hate villains that are either no motivation, like they have no motivation to do anything other than like, I'm evil and I want to take over the world, and or ones that have just really dumb motivations, but like everyone acts like they're good motivations.
Oh.
No. Like, really? Are you serious about this?
What do you mean?
It's like there is like space for like villains that have no actual motivation. I mean, like I remember one of the recent RPGs. I may as well say it because it's an old enough game. Persona 4 had like a main villain who had like literally no motivation other than it's fucking fun.
Well, no, but that's even that's a motivation.
No, his motivation.
But like, I guess I'm talking about just like boring like villains that don't do anything but look evil for evil's sake.
Oh, so you mean the evil villains that are like, why are you being evil? Because I'm evil.
Yeah, that stuff is what I mean.
Yeah. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad then.
Recently I tried to get back into Pokemon because I was really into it as a kid, and I played Y version, and the villain in that looks really dumb, but he shows up and his whole philosophy is, since the world has war in it, he should basically nuke the whole world to get rid of war.
You know,
that's his like motivations. And I don't care if he has like bad motivations, but all of the other characters are like, he's such a tragic hero and stuff.
You know,
like
I played Pokemon Y, and I don't even remember there being a villain.
You played who?
I played Pokemon Y, and I don't even remember there being a villain. You mean like Team Flare?
Yeah.
That was their whole goal?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
At least their goal was to like nuke the Earth because there's war.
See, I totally spaced out on the plot because I stopped giving a fuck. Like, who are these people?
You're just skipping through dialogue.
I read it. I'm one of those guys. I read it, but I don't remember it. Like, if it's crap, I'm not going to remember it. And then you're going to tell me later, oh, we wanted to kill the world because someone else is going to kill the world. I'm like, oh, so you thought you were Mass Effect 3?
Yeah, basically they have that like super weapon that'll destroy the thing, and their whole idea is that like it was just such like backwards ideas, and if you want to have like a crazy character who has ideals like that, it's fine. But all of the other characters were like, oh, his heart is in the right place, but his mind is blah blah blah. And it's like, no, he's not. He's a fucking like Saturday morning cartoon villain. Stop acting like he's like a tragic character or something.
Are you done with that part? Because like I wanna add to that or something.
Yeah, sure.
Like I hope my mic was catching all that where I was holding my F for so long in the background.
Oh, I didn't
like,
hear.
Goddamn. Because I really, really hate... That's actually... Oh, yeah. Now that you mention it, I hate that. I hate that. Hate. And
you hate what?
Oh, my God. Like, the whole... I'm trying to save the world, so I'll destroy it.
Yeah, that's a really dumb thing when they do
like,
that.
I'm going to save the world by destroying the shit out of it. Like, God damn it, you asshole.
Yeah.
That's the worst. That's that. Come on.
The only
Come on.
I'm like
you can be a better villain than that.
Gurren Lagann did it right, but everyone else is highly questionable.
Yeah. What was?
I haven't watched Gurren Lagann, so don't spoil me on that. So
okay, yeah.
Because I'm gonna watch it soon.
Okay. Moving on to like the other side of the coin. Sorry. Say what you were saying.
Yeah, villains that like they're trying to save the world by destroying it. Fuck that. That's stupid as hell. Like in FF10, Seymour did it. He's stupid as hell. And then like fucking, I don't like. I mean, even without the whole people supporting him and saying the tragic hero thing, that trope as it is, fucking retarded.
Yeah. Moving on to the other side of the coin, what is your favorite trope?
Oh man, my favorite trope.
Too many.
Yeah, how can I explain it? I like cheesy things really, really, really hard, and I love characters who are on a vengeance. I love vengeance story. I love everything about revenge and vengeance, and I love characters who just fucking are on a vengeance trip, like Guts from Berserk, which is my favorite manga of all time.
Oh man, you were saying revenge and vengeance so much. I thought you were going to say Raiden or something.
My favorite revenge and vengeance character.
Vengeance,
because he's Raiden because he has revengeance. It's the mixture.
No. But if anyone is familiar with Berserk, oh man, I fucking love this character so much.
How is that cheesy though? I don't think Berserk's cheesy.
But there are so many characters out there who's on a pure vengeance trip without any remorse or anything that could stop them. And it's nothing new, but it's an old and good concept, and I fucking love it. But it's kind of cheesy. It's overused a lot, and I know it's overused, but I can't stop loving that trope. That's it. I love.
I guess there's space for that. I remember in Berserk, like there was this demon that Guts fought like one time, and then he was so happy with how Guts fought because he's like the strongest man to fight him, right?
Yeah.
And then like he was so happy with that, like, and then he would go into a town and then defeat all the enemies that were beating the shit out of Guts or something because like no, I can't find another fight as good as this. I gotta help this guy a little bit or something.
Yeah,
like, I forgot this demon thing's name, but like it was cool too.
Yeah.
I try to remember it, but yeah, like I said, vengeance movies and vengeance based characters are my favorite trope. Simple as that.
Okay. Vengeance and revenge. Berserk.
Cody, do you have one?
Oh man, you gave me all the time in the world to think about this. As far as like not like gameplay related, as in like character choosing and stuff, I think my favorite trope would be when you have. Oh, this is going to be super duper specific, but you know Lunar, like when they're on the boat and she sings that song, and not the PSP remake song, but the original one on the PSX about like. You know, what is my destiny? What am I doing here? I hope I'm going to find out. Like, that kind of innocence and hope is why I play RPGs. You know, I like the idealistic wonder that the old RPGs tried to convey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you have a cheesy musical number on a badly animated 3D boat, you have sold me, my friend.
Oh, man. If
put it on my
musicals
checklist.
if musicals get you, I suggest you look for a PlayStation game called Rhapsody, a musical adventure.
Oh, jeez.
It's fucking goddamn stupid. It was great.
And
sounds
like,
bad,
it has
great.
a musical. It has a musical for a lot of stupid things. Like there was a musical for when everyone was in a train and then the train got eaten by a giant worm.
And sang about it like they were like
no. They were singing
a giant
like about how will we get out of here or something. It was like oh man, it's like the stupidest moments for like singing it ever. But it has and outside of the musicals, it has some funny bits as well because like it also has this one mission where you had to go and help helped this like restaurant or something, and it was run by cat people, and like you'd go into the first room of the restaurant, and it's like it seems normal enough. Then you go to the second room, and it's all like there's salt everywhere, and then you go to the next room. I think you had battles in between these rooms, so like you go to the third room, it's like really hot or something, and then you go to the final room, and then they were like, "Oh, we tenderized you enough. Let's kill you and eat you," and something like what?
That's actually pretty smart, though. Like in a roundabout way.
It's like yeah, it catches you by surprise. Like I even remember one of the stellar moments where like you had like the main character, the girl, supposed to sneak in and like give a letter of affection to the prince, right? So she sneaks in through the sewers and then like comes out the male bathroom, something, and then the evil quote unquote advisor is over there, and then like she got like they both surprised each other, and then the girl trips and she drops her like fish thing onto the advisor, right? Like because she cooked the fish, and then it hit him in the face, and he was like, "Help! I'm being assassinated!" It's like
What is this called again?
oh my goodness, Rhapsody, a musical adventure.
Sounds great. I'll look into
Like,
that.
God damn it, it's silly, it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But
I'll also look
basically,
into that
The
game.
sad part is like only the first game got localized, and the other ones never made it to like localization points.
In
which
Japan,
is
it was
sad.
called The Puppet Princess of Marl Kingdom.
Yep, that's what it was.
something I need to addend onto what I said earlier. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that innocence as long as it's realistic, and Lunar handled it very realistically. But then you have there's an anime called Last Exile, and
Yeah.
long story short, the two young protagonists decide to do something very, 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 very dangerous because a guy they just met who got shot doing the thing that he asked them to do decides to do the thing that he asked them to do even though it's really fucking dangerous. And the end of the episode goes, "I'm going to do this because he asked me to, and I said that I would." Like, nope, done, dropped. You should have more sense than that, kiddo. This anime should have ended. Message
They
never
die.
gets delivered. The world falls to shit. It's all your fault. But that doesn't matter because you were thinking like a reasonable human being. You know? If the apocalypse happened and I saw you 50 years later and you went, "I could have delivered that message, I swear," I would have been like, "Dude, you didn't know. It's cool."
Anyways, I guess for favorite tropes for me, I mean, like, I guess this kind of acts as like the opposite of a trope, but and I guess the original could go into my least favorite tropes when like they've got the villain in their hands, like the main character has completely like beaten down the main villain, and they're about to kill them, and they say, "No, I can't do this. I cannot do this. I would be just as bad as you if I did this."
You like that?
No, that goes into my least favorite. My favorite is when they say that, and then they're just like, "Oh wait, no, I'm just fucking kidding," and they kill them. Like that. That's my favorite.
What game has "Oh, I'm just fucking kidding" after that?
There's
What
like
game
I have a couple.
What game?
examples.
Because I should try that.
There's a certain game. It's an RPG from I think not the Game Boy, but not the like Game Boy Advance. I'm trying to remember, but it's it's pretty good. I'll send you a link later if I can remember. But a recent movie did that that I watched. Yeah, it did. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that was...
That
I
does
haven't
happen.
even watched it yet, but I guess that happens all the time with Deadpool anyway.
Yeah, at the end, like, there's this whole lecture about being a hero, like what it really means to be a hero, and then he just fucking kills the guy, like halfway through the lecture.
Yep.
But
Well, because it's Deadpool, it works. But I remember a case where worked really badly, and that would be Fable 2. And that was like, because the last boss of that was like having his exposition evil
You just
villain
shoot him
speech.
once and he dies.
And then, yes,
Yeah,
you shoot him
you shoot
once
him,
he
falls over.
dies.
You shoot him once he falls over, right?
You shoot him, he falls into a bottomless pit and dies.
Yeah.
And then here's the best part: if you do not shoot him and you let him have his evil speech, the guy that's with you will shoot him.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
The thing is, the problem is,
And then he goes like, sorry, that was getting really boring for me.
yeah.
Like fucking, let me play the damn game, you asshole.
Yeah.
That's not a
problem with
satisfying
that-
ending.
The problem with that is that like there wasn't any fight beforehand, was there?
I don't think there was.
Yeah, no, it's
Like-
just like you meet him and then he dies.
So you walk
Like,
in
the-
expecting a boss fight, and then nope.
Yeah. It works if it's after like a huge boss fight. If they've been beaten down and like you're just like, no, I have to be a true hero. Oh no, just fuck you, basically. Like it's a lot funnier that way. Okay.
Oh, man.
We're actually getting a bit late on time, but just quickly.
No, that's all right. That's all right. We have like another 7 days to go after this.
Yeah, but no, and I'll just say this is the final question. What is your favorite RPG Maker game that you've seen before?
Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
Well,
I
You
have a hard time with this because I haven't played too many of them.
me neither, but there's one that stuck in my heart and in my mind.
Is it Vampire Dawn?
No.
Is it Vampire Storm?
No, it's even worse. It's a completely unknown, really shitty RPG Maker game from Germany. Nobody knows it. It's called The Adventures of Maskenmann, Masked Man. And it was really just a fucking guy with a metal mask who runs around in a town and does shit. Like, there's a random woman who asks, can you babysit for me? And he's like, yeah, of course. And he puts the kid in front of a TV and chills. And the child starts to make some shit. And there's the TV falls on the child and smashed it into pieces, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I must say." And
What?
it's full of this humor.
What kind of game is this? Where did you find this?
Any weird German RPG Maker board, and he's like, yeah, he's just chilling around. He's lying there and chilled at the TV. Don't worry, mom. It's all right. And it's
Jesus
full of
Christ.
stupid shit. It's really full of this shit. And this game teaches me how to make a really simple action-based battle system, because it has a really, really simple variable-based action fighting system. So, on the other hand, that was really good. But except for that, it was a really bad game, but I really enjoyed it because of this fucking stupid humor. That's all. And I haven't played much. Okay.
Robin just can't
I
handle
still
it.
like it.
That sounds awesome.
I'm so sorry for my bad English. I try to explain
Oh
this hard
no,
like
it's
that.
fine.
It's almost 2 in the middle in the night.
It only adds to the experience.
It's perfect. Just to
yeah.
throw our friend Windsor under the bus, my current favorite RPG Maker game is Jack and Joey Get Their Shit Together. Because I don't play an awful lot of RPG Maker games, so I can say with 100% accuracy that is the last one that I have completed and enjoyed.
Oh, really? That is also the last one I have completed and enjoyed.
Really is as great as Civ 5 with the Bright New Worlds expansion pack.
Also featuring Dante from Devil May Cry.
That's some good old fashioned memes.
Over 20 pounds of rpgmg.
Wow. God, I wonder if there's any game that's like an actual like. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. Cody, what's your favorite?
Oh man.
Didn't I just answer?
Oh wait, what did you say?
Jack and Joey get their shit together.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was still stuck on thinking of Adventures of the Masked Man. I was still thinking of the TV falling on the kid. Sorry.
And this is why we don't do the 2-hour podcast. Nobody's got the endurance.
No, I'm good. I think maybe Off by Mortis Ghost for me. Off.
Yeah.
Pretty popular, but
Yeah.
I should get around to playing that.
Yeah,
it's
if
pretty
you
good.
want these
Okay, like the
successful devs-
gameplay, the gameplay really sucks. Actually, the puzzles are sort of uninspired, and the battle system is like really archaic. But the music is really good, and like the whole atmosphere of it, I really like. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And for me, god damn it, it's like I don't remember too many RPG games. And if I shill my own stuff, it's like gonna be, you know what? Fuck it. You go play the rpgmg collaboration project. It's not done yet, but like it's gotten pretty far, and I'm sure that by the time you've finished however long it is, I'll be done or something. I don't know.
All right. So
And I'm especially proud of Chapter 9, which rips off so many things from Danganronpa, and it's the stupidest thing, and I love it.
So I should
Okay.
put a link to that in the YouTube description then.
Yeah.
Maybe, perhaps.
Oh.
If I can't shill my own thing, there is the last thing I enjoyed was this RPG Maker game, which was basically a demo. It was called the Champions Challenge or something. It was like, I don't know. It was posted on rpgmg one time, like many moons ago. It's like really short. It's like less than 10 minutes if you find it. But it's like I almost don't want to spoil it, but I feel like I should. And like basically you were this guy, and then you're fighting in the arena for the entertainment of the king because you got challenged. You want to challenge the champion, right? And then like you fight the first guy, and then you fight the second guy, and then you fight the third guy, and then the king's like, "Oh, no one has defeated this many people before, other than the champion. Oh no, no mere mortal has like fought this many people in the arena before. Are you sure you wish to fight the champion?" And then like yes or no, and then like, or very well. Behold, I introduce the champion, and his name is John Cena.
Wow.
Oh, what? Why?
I'm sorry.
No, you're not sorry. You're not sorry.
Yes, I am not sorry, actually.
Cave Johnson here. You're all fired.
Okay. Okay. Sweet. That was fun. What a perfect way to end the podcast, because we're reaching the end of this podcast, and thank you all for coming here. My name is Karbonic. Thanks for listening. And who are you people?
This is.
I'm Bluesky.
Go ahead.
You do it.
Okay, I got it. Hey, guys, it's Cody, aka Marpix again. Thank you all for joining us for this new fantastic format. Please let us know what you like about it, or, if you like it in the comments or whatever. Or just, dislike the video and I'll cry about it for a week and wonder what I did wrong. It's cool.
And I'm Bluesky Robyn, also known as Silent Maid, working on the rpgmg collaboration project. And I also have a YouTube channel. Check it out if you want. I make like gaming videos and sometimes RPG videos and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm Sebastian, aka German Fag, and thanks for having me.
Okay. And see you guys later. and that's when you cut the recording, I guess. I don't know.
And we're back.
Yeah. And we're back.
No,
Welcome to the
no,
next
no,
episode
no.
of the...
Okay, we're cutting. No, we're cutting.
Your one-stop
here.
shop for everything RPG Maker. My name is Karbonic, and